Midnight mayhem unleashed at Christine Paul's tranquil residence. The calm of night was shattered by a chilling intrusion. This retired Fresno cop, once the city's shield against crime, suddenly stood on the front line in her own living room. Past heroics and the discipline of her badge were now tested in real time, as heart-pounding fear and adrenaline coursed through a familiar yet dramatically different battlefield. The quietude of midnight at Christine Paul's residence was violently disrupted when an unanticipated intruder made her presence felt. As we can see in this video, the sheer audacity of the act was questionable, as the person in the video persistently hammered at the windows and doors, defying the peace and privacy of a home. Amid the chaos, Christine's sentiments resonated with a blend of determination. The family recounted her immediate thoughts, declaring, "Of course I'm not going to let a crazy person in my house." These words, marked by her background as a former police officer, reflected her resilience in the face of threatening danger. Witness accounts, and more critically, security footage from the residence, paint a vivid picture of the severity of the intrusion. The visuals capture the intruder's escalating anger, from the relentless pounding to her finally breaking the window. In a scene that seemed almost pulled from a thriller, the teacher in the video is seen using her full bodily force, hurling herself against the window to shatter it. The end result was her extremely questionable act of reaching into the house through the broken window, the very essence of a personal boundary being violated. According to sources, the intensity of that midnight encounter evoked in Christine a feeling of being trapped within a chilling episode of The Waking Dead. As the intruder's hands clawed through the broken window, it wasn't zombies she feared, but the unpredictable actions of a very real human threat. The surreal nature of the event made her draw a parallel to the show, where the boundary between life and an impending horror is paper thin. Recognizing the escalating threat and leaning into her past training, Christine did not hesitate to arm herself. She retrieved her 9mm pistol, a weapon she had carried during her policing days, now paused to be a savior in her civilian life. As she steadied herself, ready to confront the person that was trying to break in, every second weighed heavily with the potential of irreversible consequences. The gravity of the situation, however, took a swift turn when police sirens pierced the night air. Officers arrived just in the nick of time, their timely intervention standing between a possible life-or-death confrontation. Their presence diffuses a situation fraught with danger, preventing a scenario where Christine might have had no choice but to pull the trigger in defense of her life. The prompt response underscored the importance of rapid law enforcement action, which in this instance might have saved 2 lives that night. The aftermath of the shocking midnight intrusion led investigators and the community alike down an unexpected path of discovery. The individual responsible for the terrifying break-in was identified as Hana Nakagawa, but the revelation was layered with irony and disbelief. Rather than being a famous criminal, Nakagawa was a first-grade teacher. This position, often held in high regard and associated with values of nurturing and trustworthiness, stood in contrast to her recent actions. To give the public a more proper understanding of the person behind the harrowing events, Hana's mugshot was disseminated. This image, a tangible testament to her actions, allowed readers to confront the contrast of her life. The face of a trusted educator was now replaced with the image of a midnight intruder, raising perplexing questions about what might have driven her to such extremes. Before we continue with the video, take a second and subscribe to our channel. The inappropriateness of her behavior, especially given her vocation, naturally spurred a wave of speculation. Was Nakagawa operating under the haze of alcohol or narcotics? Such substances known to impair judgment and potentially amplify aggression emerged as contributors to her actions. Alternatively, there was the consideration of underlying mental or emotional challenges that might have propelled her into this shocking escapade. With investigations underway and the community abuzz with theories, clarity was eagerly sought to unravel the enigma of a teacher's descent into criminality. Just when Christine might have believed the worst was behind her, the aftermath of the intrusion took an even more bewildering turn. The day after the harrowing break-in, Christine received an unexpected visitor. To her shock, the man at the doorstep introduced himself as the police chaplain. Yet the true bombshell came when he unveiled his personal connection to the previous night's events. He was Hana Nakagawa's father. This revelation hit Christine like a tidal wave, flooding her with a mix of emotions. Feeling cornered in her home yet again, she recounted, "I screamed no, you shouldn't be here." For Christine, this was more than just another visit. It was a second invasion of her personal space, a reopening of the previous night's traumatic wounds. The entire incident, especially the chaplain's surprising and perhaps inappropriate visit, did not go unnoticed by the police department. Lieutenant Mark Hudson weighed in, confirming that an internal investigation was underway. He stated, "The fact that the chaplain even went there is being scrutinized for appropriateness." As the layers of this unusual series of events continued to unravel, the public and Christine alike eagerly awaited answers, hoping for clarity amidst the chaos. In the aftermath of the unsettling events, the wheels of justice began to turn for Hana Nakagawa. As a direct consequence of her actions, she initially faced charges of misdemeanor vandalism. This charge pertained to the physical damage she caused, most notably the shattered window and the torn screen of Christine's residence. However, considering the intensity and potential danger of the situation, authorities contemplated escalating the legal consequences. Hannah's aggressive attempt to gain entry, combined with her erratic behavior, brought about discussions of an attempted burglary charge. Moreover, speculation regarding her potentially being under the influence of alcohol or drugs only heightened concerns about the nature of her actions and provided grounds for further legal considerations. If substantiated, these suspicions could compound her legal troubles, reflecting the gravity of her behavior that night. The unexpected visit from the police chaplain sparked a significant amount of controversy, generating a multifaceted discussion that delved into the details of his presence at Christine's home. This visit raised numerous questions and concerns, particularly regarding its appropriateness, given the chaplain's personal connection to the intruder. One of the central issues under questioning was the nature of the chaplain's visit. Was it a personal mission driven by his personal relationship with the intruder, an official intervention sanctioned by the police department, or a complex blending of both? This ambiguity surrounding the chaplain's role triggered a debate about potential conflicts of interest and the professional boundaries that law enforcement personnel should diligently uphold. The repercussions of this incident extended beyond the immediate circumstances. It not only carried emotional implications for Christine, who found herself at the center of this controversy, but also had broader implications for the trustworthiness and ethical conduct of police personnel. The public and various stakeholders began to question the integrity of the law enforcement system and the extent to which personal relationships should influence official actions. Once a beacon of young minds, a teacher veers off course into the shadows of trespassing when a retired cop, accustomed to confronting dangers on the streets, grapples with an unimagined threat in her own sanctuary. As the curtain hasn't yet fallen on this real-life drama, the community eagerly awaits, eyes fixed on the unfolding investigation, fervently hoping for a finale filled with clarity and justice. If you like this video, make sure to share it with your friends and family as well. To stay posted with our upcoming videos, make sure to subscribe to our channel. So what are your thoughts on this case? Comment them down below.
The fact that the chaplain even went there, doesn't that seem inappropriate?
We'll determine, the appropriateness of it and make a determination internally if some disciplinary action comes from it.